shooting with the kit lens today. I don't know if it's annoying for me to talk about the equipment that goes into making the vlog, so if it is, please let me know and I'll stop talking about the equipment. But today it's kit lens day because I thought it would be easier to get a wider frame for this, a fuller frame. Full frame, I think is what it's actually called. Anyways, today we're going to start working on this cat bag. I bought this pattern off of Etsy. Currently, my daughter is using a little Mr. Peanut Butter bag. It was a production gift from working on BoJack. It's a cute bag. You know, like it's got a cute dog on it, you know, a little dog face. But I would like to make her a more specific kid bag. So we're making this cat bag. It's probably been 20 years since I've last sewn anything other than like a button or sewing up a hole in something. So it might take me a while. I'm having trouble remembering how to read patterns. Well, I can read them, it's just taking a very, very long time. With nap? The hell is nap? I did figure out that nap means the like pile side of the fabric. So like if you had a fluffy fabric or a velvet, then the fuzzy raised side would be the nap. So if you see nap in a pattern, that's kind of what they mean. I think it also means some kind of grain thing, but I don't think I have to worry about it because I have this flat cotton. It feels thin, but there's going to be interfacing, so it should get support from that. If this goes really well, then I might want to make a fuzzy version, but let's not get ahead of ourselves like we always do, and we'll just make this first basic cat bag. So here's the cutout for the body of the bag, like the broad side with the cat face. So she's going to be using this bag for daycare, and it needs to be able to fit this folder inside of it, which if you can tell, it like just barely fits. I'm gonna have to sew it perfectly or it will be disaster. There's like no room for error. So this could go terribly wrong. If it does, I'll make a bigger bag. That took like 15 minutes. Is that supposed to take 15 minutes? Also, I just saw these triangles here and I thought, oh, they're like little kitty cat stripes, but they're not. They're some kind of sewing symbol and I don't know what they mean. Am I supposed to know what these mean? There's also circles everywhere. What do these circles want from me? What do these triangles want from me? While I was cutting out the face, it dawned on me that this is going to be too small, because when you sew something, you're gonna have to sew like in, you know, like a 1/4 inch inseam. So it's gonna be way too small to hold that folder. You know how seams work, like they have to, you know, like this is the whole fabric, and then I wanna show you my hands. See, that's a seam. There's like, it's gonna be fabric left over. So it's gonna be too small. I'm a little disappointed in that because I was hoping that my first sewing project would have a practical use, but maybe it'll still be good practice because I'm still learning how to read everything, and it'll be the first thing I sew, so it probably won't turn out that great anyways. So we'll move forward with the cat bag. You know, I'm interested in making a bag like this, so if I can learn this, make one on my own, that should be fine. But I haven't even finished cutting all the pieces yet, but I'm gonna have to call it quits for today. Maybe I can get to it later tonight, but we'll pick it up tomorrow. See you then. Don't drink coffee after eating yogurt. They do not pair well. So I'm just trying to drink some orange juice to clear my palate, and then I can go back to drinking coffee because I'm a little tired. Oh, this bag is probably going to take me 5 vlogs to get through. I'm going pretty slow, and I just wanted to get all the pieces cut out, and I don't even think I'm close. I don't even think I'm halfway there. We got a long ways to go. So I'm just gonna cut this out and have a little chat real quick. One of my goals for this year, and I think it's gonna be a really hard goal, is to kind of like pare down or focus down. I really want to like cut out a lot of the extra stuff. And I think I've like barely touched on this before in an earlier vlog where I was like, I just want to do everything all the time. Everything just seems fun, and I want to try everything out, you know, like I just want to try things. I need to figure out a way to be satisfied by looking at something that's cool and just going, oh, that's cool, without having to add, oh, I should try doing that. Just appreciate it from a distance and keep doing the thing I do. But you know how like you go on Instagram and like people will, like they just do pottery. All they do is pottery. They do pottery. Or, oh, I just knit sweaters and that's all I do. I just knit fancy artistic sweaters and that's the only thing I devote my life to. I would love it. I would love it if that were me. As it is now, you know, I finally let go of doing art for Patreon, so that kind of freed up a little slot. You know, but like right now I'm streaming and I'm vlogging. I said I wanted to do writing. I said I wanted to try sewing. In addition to, you know, being a mom of a 1-year-old, which is the most time-consuming project ever. So I really just need to, like, I wish I could just do like, you know, mom and then one other thing. I don't know if I can get there, but if I can, that would be awesome. Well, honestly, letting go of animation and doing that digital work that I had planned on doing, it kind of feels good, you know, like I feel a little sad to let that go, but having that free space now feels nice. I feel like, you know, like people declutter their homes. I need to declutter my activities. All of this would be great if I were younger and didn't have a kid. Like, I'm sure I could have fit in so much of this, like if I were 20 something or even 30 something, but no, not 30 something, because I worked in the animation industry and that took up all my time. But now I only have time for like, I just have time for like one thing. The problem is everything is fun. So what am I supposed to do about that? Then you have to decide between what is your hobby and then what are you trying to make money off of. I think the word passion is also really loaded. Like, that's such a loaded word. Like, just do what you're passionate about and then that will be your living. Like, you can make a living doing your passion and then you'll be super happy and make lots of money, or, you know, that like normal advice you always hear. But I hate that because I don't know if there's one thing about, like, if there's one thing I'm super passionate about over all the other stuff. Like, I really did like drawing. Drawing is really fun and art, but I don't know if I am passionate about being an artist. It seems like a heavy word to throw in there. I don't know. Does that make sense? What do y'all think about passion? Maybe it's cheesy. And then I guess you couldn't, you know, like, what's to say you don't have multiple passions? You know, like a passion about these things, a passion about that thing. But then the word passion becomes meaningless, I guess. It's just, these are just things you like. So that's my problem. I like lots of things and I feel passionate about nothing. You know, like, so like this week I was like, well, I'll vlog me doing this, sewing this cat bag and writing. But it's like, I really can't do both. Like, this is taking forever to sew, and like, so I can only do this cat bag and I would have to write later. Anyways, just kind of a ramble of thoughts of how I would like to do less. Sort of, because I, you know, deep down I want to try everything. But maybe that's the point. I want to try everything now so that I can do less later. I'll find what I really like and focus down, cut the fat. Do I need cuter mugs to vlog? Because none of my mugs are very cute. I used to have this super cute tiger mug, but it broke sadly. I would take it to work and that was like my mug at work, and I got so many compliments on my mug, which is funny because like I don't think of a mug as having something, I don't think of having a mug as is something that you would get complimented on regularly, but that yeah, that mug pulled. So I got everything cut out. That took 3 days. Also, I did this part wrong because I think, see, like, I went ahead and cut these little eyes out. Can you see them? Little eyes out. And I think I was supposed to, like, on the actual pattern, there's this rectangle, and I just kind of went ahead and cut them out. And I think you're supposed to cut out the rectangle, put that on the fusible web, and then attach this to fabric, and then cut it out, which makes sense. I cannot explain it any better than that. So I'm gonna buy some tracing paper this weekend and remake the box that I was supposed to not cut through. I'm feeling a little sore, of course, because I think I've just been bent over all of these pieces, and pinning and cutting and all that, I think has done a little bit of a number on me. Which brings me to another thing I need to think about is I need to figure out something to do when I can't sit at my desk or sit at a table and do things with my hand. I originally wanted to start streaming because I was just thinking about when I was pregnant, there was a point where I just really couldn't do much. My blood pressure was too low and my iron was too low, and just kind of only had the ability to sit there. And so I played Valheim for, you know, like all day, every day, because it was something to occupy my mind, and it was relaxing, and I didn't have to do anything physical for it. And so I was like, oh, I should have been streaming that whole time. Like, that would have been fun to stream. I guess that's why I started streaming. The problem now is sometimes sitting at the desk and in my chair is the problem. So maybe I just need a more comfortable chair. My schedule isn't that open anymore either, because I have a hard out where I have to go pick up the baby and do baby things. So it's not like I can sit here for 5 hours at a time. Not that I would want to. That sounds uncomfortable. Anyways, the point is I need to figure out something I can do away from this space, like something other than sitting on the couch and watching TV. Like, what else can I do while sitting on the couch? Is there anything else to do? Because people read. People still read? Well, anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. We've got a lot of things to figure out, that being one of them. Did you say cheese?
Here.
I'm wrapping this vlog up in kind of a weird spot. I had intentions of continuing to film through the weekend and like the weeknights. Like I did end up getting my tracing paper, but the baby got sick on Friday night and was sick through Saturday, and then of course I got sick on Sunday and just wasn't able to figure out how to shoot stuff. I tried to shoot some things, which kind of brings me to a third point, which, am I on my third point? How many points have I made on this vlog? I really think this is point number 3, or thing to consider number 3. There it is. Point number 3 is, what do I do when I'm sick? And I know, like, I've always been a big advocate of, if you're sick, you don't work, you rest, right? Like, I'm huge on that. However, I have been sick a lot, and I feel like I am resting always. Just a constant rest for like 8 months. So I just wonder if there's something I can do to feel a little more active instead of just kind of like a lump. Even though, again, if you're sick and you're resting, you're not a lump. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But I don't know. There's some kind of just being sick so often and resting so often. I just really wish there was something that could be done in those like interim in between health. When you're in between health, what can you do? When your body is too sore and tired from being on the computer, what can you do? And how can you focus down on a couple activities just so all this resting and sickness doesn't delay you in all your activities? See, there were 3 points. I did it. So lots to think about this year. I think we're gonna figure some of this out, or maybe all of it. Maybe we'll figure all of it out. I think I addressed the word passion earlier. I would love to hear what y'all think about finding your passion or following your passion, and how do you feel about that word? Is it weird? Does it help you? Do you hate it? What kind of activities do you do when you're sick, or do you just let go of everything and rest? Good for you, by the way, if you do. And I think I'm just going to end this vlog here. I got most of my pattern cut out for the cat bag. I'll do the part I'm supposed to correct with the tracing paper this week. I know this bag is going to take many vlogs, many weeks, many days. We'll check back in with a cat bag on a later vlog, I promise. I was about to wink and I was like, maybe that would be weird. Don't wink. Okay, I'll see y'all on the next one, right? Okay, on to the next.